Alright everybody, so here is the update on the sewing machine, the King Quilter. The update is I got everything boxed up and taken apart and took it to the UPS store to have it shipped to sewingmachinesplus.com, which is where I purchased it, and they had recommended that they could fix the timing. They wouldn't charge me for this, but I did have to ship the machine because there's not one locally to me. And when I was talking to the repair people on the phone, they made it sound like it was going to be way cheaper to do this, not a problem. And I got there, and after several minutes of standing in line, and also just really heavy machine here to like carry all the way downstairs into the car, and then I had to use a dolly with my daughter holding on to one side as we like maneuvered it into the UPS store. So it was quite a feat to get it to the store, only to find out that the shipping to California, which is where they recommended, they sent me the address, it was in California, and insuring it was going to be like $1,000, which is way more. I expected, several hundred, but I did not expect $1,000. I was totally blown away and just had to be like, nope, I can't do that. That's ridiculous. That's an eighth of the cost of the machine itself and the frame. So I said, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Thankfully, the UPS man was super nice and took it back to the truck for us, so we didn't have to dolly it out to the car. And we were able to get it home, and my husband could help me get it out. But it was very disheartening at that moment in time, and I just was really worried about how am I going to continue to work on this quilt, and how am I going to do long arm quilting if my machine doesn't work. In the meantime, I decided to go back and take my machine to the sewing repair company that I had found locally. And I think eventually, I'm pretty sure that this is a more like they have several stores throughout the country, J&J Sew and Vac, and they were super nice. So when we got to the store, again, now this time I didn't have to deal with the box. I did have to put the whole sewing machine back together, and then I just carried the sewing machine itself to the place. But it is still quite heavy to carry, and so the guy was actually helping another woman load stuff in, and once she had everything loaded in, he was like, oh, let me help you, and definitely helped us to bring everything in, which was really, really nice. And he was super nice. They were so nice. I just can't say more about them, in that how nice they were. And he said, it's basically the flat fee of looking at the machine and fixing it. And as long as they don't have to purchase any other parts, it's that flat fee, which was like $199, which I thought is way better than $1,000. And they were super nice in saying that they probably thought it would be done within the week, and I would be able to get it next week, which was awesome, especially when the lead time for Sewing Machines Plus is like 4 to 6 weeks at least, and that doesn't include shipping time. So it was just like, oh, wow, that's awesome. So, basically $300 and you'll get it to me next week. And I was like, perfect, let's do this. So we decided, my daughter was with me, and I decided, let's go to the zoo. Decided to make a day of it and go to the zoo. And while we were there, he actually called and said that they had finished the machine. I was super surprised and super excited because I was like, great, now we can just go back the way we came and pick the machine up, which was awesome. And nothing else was wrong. They just said the timing was really, really bad. They were like, it was really messed up, and I was so thankful for them to have fixed it, and we were able to get it back home. So it is now back onto the frame. That was an endeavor in itself since I have a quilt on there and getting those bars to maneuver through, but I got it on there. It's on there now, and I'm super excited. So what I learned from this thing is a couple of things. A, shipping a sewing machine is super expensive. If you guys have shipped a sewing machine and it wasn't that expensive, please like comment down below and let us know like what you did or how you did it. How much did you insure it for? Maybe that's, I mean, I told them to insure it for the full like $8,000. I wanted to replace the whole machine. They didn't tell me, the repair people didn't tell me how much to insure it for. They were just like, make sure you insure it. So maybe next time if I really have to send my machine in, then I would contact them. But I think from here on out, I will probably use this local person to repair my machine, the J&J Sew and Vac, because they were so nice and obviously very efficient. And, you know, he was like, this is the fee and hopefully nothing's else broken. Otherwise, I have to purchase that part. But for me, that's not, that's nothing. You know, I'm like, sure, if it's broken because of whatever happened, then that's understandable. But what's not understandable is having to spend like $1,000 to get my machine to you for you to even look at it. You know, that's just ridiculous, right? So I have definitely learned that I will be taking it locally. I would recommend if you can take it locally, you know, or at least even if you're not sure, go and talk to them and see if you feel comfortable with the place rather than just, initially I called and I was very off-put by them. They were like, oh, we don't know what a king quilter is. But whenever I got there, the repair guy was like, yeah, I can tell this was made by Handy Quilter and blah, blah, blah. So he was super knowledgeable about it and didn't, he, you know, set any of my fears at ease. So that was awesome. So other things that I learned was make sure if you are purchasing a Longarm machine, make sure you keep the box that the handles come in if they are separate from the machine so that you can save those. They always say save the box, and I saved the big box, but I didn't save the handles. So make sure you save those. And yeah, those are the big things that I learned. So let me show you guys the machine. So I have got the machine back on and everything seems to be working so far. I haven't done any major stitching with it. As you can see, I thought it was going to be out of commission for a lot longer, so I started stacking fabric that's been ironed for the bumblebee quilt on there. But I am so excited to start work on this row. I do have to go ahead and pick out these stitches that were terrible, and then I'll be able to get going. But it is nice to see the machine back where it belongs, in the right spot, and making all of the noises that it's supposed to make. So I hope that you guys found this video informative and helpful for any of you guys who may have this problem as well or have to get your machine repaired. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know down below and I'll see if I can help you out with those. But otherwise, y'all have a great day and we'll see you next time. Thanks.